Hello everyone and welcome to BuzzBarca. Today we'll be looking at the month of March for FC Barcelona and we'll be going over their games and how they did. BuzzBarca. This was a very important month of March for FC Barcelona as we played 6 matches this month. It all started with a league match against Real Sociedad, followed by a first and second leg against Benfica in the round of 16 of the UCL. We had a huge match against Atletico Madrid, which is important for our title standings. And then we finished it off with a game against Osasuna and Girona. Game 1, Real Sociedad. The starting 11 was very similar to what we've seen all season from FC Barcelona, but we had a few changes. We had Gerard Martin come in for Alejandro Balde on left back, we had Araujo play instead of Martinez, and it was nice to see Dani Olmo back in the lineup. Barca started the game a little difficult as Real Sociedad came out with a solid game plan with good pressing, quick passing, and good movement. However, this changed in the 17th minute as Robert Lewandowski was able to release Dani Olmo through the middle, and he was brought down by Real Sociedad's captain and was shown a straight red card. This was very good news for FC Barcelona as 17 minutes into a game and one man down is a great thing for the whole game. Due to this, Real Sociedad had to change their entire game plan and Barcelona took advantage as you would expect. In the 25th minute, Lamine Yamal worked his magic down the right wing, passes to Olmo who played a short cross for Gerard Martin, who volleyed it right into the back of the net. 4 minutes later, they doubled their lead as Marc Casado got in the way of Dani Olmo's shot, but it deflected into the back of the net. Starting the second half, Real Sociedad's only job is to not concede more goals, especially after being a man down. They decided to play a 5-back and even a 6-back at times during this half. Barcelona remained patient, they passed, they kept possession, and they created quality chances. Rafinha took a corner who Lewandowski got it at the end of, but it was saved, but Ronald Araujo was there to clean up, making it 3-0. Shortly after, Araujo fired a shot from distance that Lewandowski deflected into the back of the net, making it a 4-0 beating for FC Barcelona. Due to this, Hansi Flick was able to make some early changes by bringing on Eric Garcia, Frenkie de Jong, and Ferran Torres in the 60th minute. He also brought in Fermin Lopez and Hector Fort. This was a great result for FC Barcelona as we finished the job very early in the game, fortunately due to a red card created by Dani Olmo, and because of that we were up 4-0 and that was the end of the game. Game 2, Benfica. This is the UCL round of 16 first leg away at Benfica. We played them earlier in the UCL and it was a masterclass of a game. We all know Rafinha's goal that he scored in the final minute, giving Barcelona the win. So this was obviously a very highly anticipated game to watch. Looking at the starting 11, it looks very similar to what Barcelona had been doing all season, except we have Frenkie de Jong in the team instead of Marc Casado. This game started off the same way the last one ended. It was intense. Benfica came out swinging once again and almost scored after 25 seconds as Szczesny was making fantastic saves once again. Barcelona were barely surviving, but they began to dominate possession and control the tempo with Frenkie de Jong and Pedri getting on the ball as much as possible. Benfica decided to abandon the press and defend more deep inside their half. Lamine Yamal looked like a threat early on and Barcelona created a huge chance and Trubin was making big saves against Lamine and Lewandowski. It looked like a great start for FC Barcelona, but in the 22nd minute all of that changed. Pavlidis won the ball in the air, carried it into the box, and right before just getting into the box, Pau Cubarsí took him out and the referee had no choice but to show him a straight red card, denying a clear goal scoring opportunity. For us FC Barcelona fans, we've seen this one before. With that came changes by Hansi Flick as he brought on Ronald Araujo and the sacrificed player was Dani Olmo, who was actually having a pretty good game up to that point. They decided to go into a 4-4-1 shape, defending deep and denying spaces. Barcelona looked a lot more organized this time around. Their defending was pretty good, but Benfica was making chances. Szczesny was able to rise to the occasion once again and he made a lot of big saves. Rafinha found himself in tons of space and took his opportunities whenever he could. Barcelona's counterattack seemed like the way that they were gonna score any goals this game. We did have a very controversial moment in this game where Inigo Martinez was pretty much stomped on his leg and not even a yellow card was given, but instead a yellow card was given to Inigo Martinez and Ronald Araujo for complaining to the referee, which was outrageous. The halftime whistle came and it looked like Barcelona had just survived the first half. The second half started pretty strong for Benfica as they had most of the possession and they were attacking down Barca's right side, attacking Lamine Yamal and Jules Koundé, putting in crosses, but Szczesny was there to make saves. Flick, however, didn't want this, so he put on Ferran Torres for Lamine Yamal, moving him to the left side to support Alejandro Balde, and he brought Rafinha to the right side to support Koundé. Benfica, however, switched to a 4-2-4 formation, playing 2 strikers, and Flick countered that by bringing on Gerard Martin and Marc Casado. Barcelona were playing very well defensively, and this caused Benfica to make a mistake. Antonio Silva gave the ball to Rafinha right at the edge of the box, and he did not hesitate and fired that into the back of the net. All of a sudden, Barcelona are up 1-0, being down one person as well. It's just unbelievable. And who to do it than Rafinha. Last 10 minutes of the game, Barcelona are holding for dear life, and Chesney's making save after save. Offsides are being called, and can you believe it? Barcelona have done it, and they're going to a home game up 1-0. Barcelona have done a madness by winning this game somehow, being down one man for over 70 minutes of this game. Game 3, Benfica. This was the UCL round of 16 second leg, as they beat Benfica the first leg 1-0 on aggregate. You can see here that the starting lineup is very similar, but we have Ronald Araujo coming in for Kobarsi, who was suspended for his first game, and everything else looks about the same. This couldn't have been a better start for FC Barcelona, as in the first 10 minutes of the game they took the lead. Lamine Yamal dribbled his defender, dropped him, and delivered a fantastic cross to Rafinha, whose job was to just volley it into the back of the net. It couldn't have been an easier finish for Rafinha, all set up by Lamine Yamal. This did not last a very long time, as Benfica came back and immediately capitalized through a corner kick, which was headed home by Nicolas Otamendi. Barcelona, however, did not see this as anything, as they decided to keep dominating possession, winning chances, and creating a lot of dangerous opportunities. Lamine Yamal was able to get the ball on the wing, and he scored a spectacular curling shot into the top corner to give Barcelona the lead once again, right before the 30-minute mark. Barcelona continued to apply pressure, and Robert Lewandowski missed a huge one-on-one chance to double the lead. However, the third goal came shortly right after an incredible play by Alejandro Balde. The left back won the ball back inside its own box, ran 80 yards down the field before finding Rafinha, and Barcelona are up 3-1. At halftime, it pretty much looks like the job is finished for Barcelona, and we just need to kill the clock, I guess, and we're off to the quarterfinals. Game 4, Atletico Madrid. This was a crucial game for the league standings, as Barcelona and Atletico Madrid are not separated by many points, so whoever wins this has a very good chance to go on top. The starting 11 you could see is very similar to, once again, all the starting 11s by Hansi Flick, but we do have Casado coming back into the lineup. The first half was a very tough half for FC Barcelona, as playing Atletico Madrid, you know they're going to sit back with the 4-4-2 formation. This did not stop Lamine Yamal from creating a chance in the first 5 minutes, but it hit the outside of the post. Soon, woodwork was hit once again by Lewandowski, with the pass played in by Pedri, but it hit the crossbar and went out of play. That miss proved costly, as Atletico Madrid stuck a goal just before halftime. A long kick by Oblak was headed, and Simeone was at the end of it, crossing it to Julian Alvarez, who smashed it into the back of the net. It was typical Atletico Madrid behavior: just sit back, be patient, and then attack. The second half started off with Lamine Yamal once again attacking and Barcelona pushing through. However, Hansi Flick had to make some changes, bringing on Eric Garcia, Ferran Torres for Marc Casado and Dani Olmo. This move did not work initially, as Atletico doubled their lead minutes after. Another ball over the top saw Antoine Griezmann square the ball to Sørloth and knock it home. Sørloth has been scoring against Barcelona every game, so it was only a matter of time that he did it in this one. 2-0 for Atletico Madrid at the 70th minute. It's not looking good for FC Barcelona, but Pedri tells everybody, hey, calm down, we got this. Barcelona come back. Martinez puts in a cross for Lewandowski, who chests it down very nicely, and he smashes it to the bottom right corner past Oblak. There is life for FC Barcelona. 5 minutes later, Barcelona were level. Rafinha swung in a very fine cross with a lot of pace, where Ferran Torres just had to flick his head, and boom, we have a goal. 2-2 Barcelona in just a matter of minutes. It looked like this game was going for a draw until Lamine Yamal decided enough is enough and decided to score a brilliant goal to make it 3-2. He was putting a masterclass performance on the right wing, and it was a matter of time till he got his goal as well. Who knows, maybe we could get one more, said Ferran Torres. He took the ball off the defender and just shot it into the bottom corner, and it's 4-2 Barcelona. What a comeback win for this team, and it's a very big win for the league standings. Game 5, Osasuna. This game was special for many reasons, first off being that it was actually postponed due to Barcelona's head doctor passing away. There was also international break before this game, and Rafinha and Araujo were not available for this match. Barcelona had to make some changes to the starting 11. You can see Eric Garcia in as center back. Olmo was back in the lineup. We had Gavi playing on the left wing, and Ferran Torres got a start at the striker spot. From the start of the game, Barcelona were able to dominate the possession of the game, and they were able to create some early chances. Opening goal came thanks to Frankie de Jong, who opened up Osasuna's back line, and passed the ball to Alejandro Balde, who put in a cross, and Ferran Torres was inside the 6-yard box, who put it away. 10 minutes later, it was Pedri's turn to make a brilliant pass, and he found Dani Olmo over the top, and Osasuna's goalkeeper took down Dani Olmo in the box. A penalty was given. Dani Olmo stepped up, and he actually missed the first penalty, but due to a violation by one of the Osasuna players, it was retaken, and Dani Olmo did not make a mistake again, and he scored a goal. All of a sudden, 2-0 Barcelona. During the second half, Hansi Flick made some changes by bringing on Pablo Torre for Frenkie de Jong. This was probably just to give Frenkie de Jong some rest for the upcoming schedule. It was a bit of a tough start, but then eventually Pablo Torre got the ball and hit it to Fermin over the top. Fermin was running down with lots of space in front of him and placed a beautiful cross to Lewandowski, who headed it home for the third goal. Due to this, Flick was also able to give some rest to Alejandro Balde and Pedri in the final 10 minutes of the game, and Barcelona ran out the clock and the final whistle happened and we secured 3 more points. Game 6, Girona. This looked like a very easy game on paper for Barcelona, but we had our own challenges. A lot of players needed some rest going into the next month, and we also had some injuries. Gerard Martin started at the left back box, giving Alejandro Balde some rest. We had Araujo coming into the lineup for the injured Kubarsi. Frenkie de Jong had a knock and Marc Casado is out for some time, so Eric Garcia came into the midfield. Dani Olmo was also out for some time, so Fermin Lopez came into the cam position. Rafinha got some more rest and Gavi played on the left wing side, and Lewandowski was back in the lineup. Even with the several changes and rotations made to the starting 11, Barcelona still played excellent. They dominated the ball, they were controlling Girona's counter-attack, and they were creating a lot of dangerous chances. Eventually, towards the end of the half, Yamal had a free kick and he fired into the lower part of the box, and it hit off one of the center back's arm and went into the net. It was on target, but it was given as an own goal. During the second half, Girona came out a lot more aggressive and they were pressing up the pitch. This caused errors for Barcelona as Dan Juma was able to get behind Araujo, and he ended up scoring 8 minutes into action. Hansi Flick was ready to call for action and he brought on Frenkie de Jong and Ferran Torres to help get the lead back. Around the 1 hour mark, Fermin was able to win a header at the far post, and a cross came in from Gavi, and Lewandowski showed his amazing strength and resilience to fend off a defender and get the ball into the back of the net. Shortly after, de Jong was able to play a fantastic ball to Lewandowski, who scored another goal, and then we saw Gerard Martin take it down the left flank, pass it to Ferran Torres, who put it into the back of the net. All of a sudden, it's 4-1 Barcelona, and that's the game. What a great month of March for FC Barcelona. We played 6 games and won all 6. We're sitting top of the table at La Liga, and we also qualified for the quarterfinals of the UCL. All in all, this was a phenomenal month for FC Barcelona. Hope you guys enjoyed the review of March, and see you next time. BuzzBarca.